3, 2, 1.
Welcome to
Lights Out
Podcast. So, what are we up to? We're up to round 7. Yeah?
No, we've just done round 9.
Well, hang on. No,
No, because they're different.
Yeah, I know. Australia, and then went to
China,
China. So Australia, China,
Japan.
Japan. Where's Japan? Oh, up there. 3, and then I know Miami was 6, and then
The 2
8th.
Middle Eastern ones.
You're up to 8th one or something like that now.
Yeah, Barcelona was... No.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Barcelona was 9. I've got 9 squares.
Oh, gosh. There you go. We're up to 10 already.
Yes.
How many? That's only 14 more left.
Yes, not including this one.
Not including this one, because we're up to 10. We're not
But we haven't completed 10.
I hate maths. So I'm never going to be a race engineer. I'm not good at it, and I hate it. Yeah, so we're up to now, our 10th race in the season, excluding sprints.
Mm-hmm.
We just did Spain, which was good.
End of the European triple header.
Yeah. Because they still go around Europe.
They still go back to Europe.
It was the start of the European leg.
With the exception of dancing off to Canada. I don't know
That
why I said dancing.
No, I liked it though. It was. It's like you're sliding.
Slide.
Sebby! Stop it with the licks, buddy. No. Yeah. It does confuse me that the Canadian slide.
Slide to the left.
Slide to the right. Crisscross. Ow, puppy. Just before I dropped my phone on my foot, and then he walked on my foot, which was sore. And then he's been walking on a bruise all week. It's been fun.
Just wait, Sadie.
And he's been all fidgety today.
Sit.
Good
boy.
But yeah. Spanish recap. Highlights.
Oscar, what more do we need to say?
Yep.
That was a highlight.
Their day walking into the wall.
Isaac having another good weekend.
He had a really good weekend, yeah.
I know everyone's been talking about Kimi being the rookie of the season, but bloody hell, Isaac's having a great season.
I feel like it was partly because Isaac wasn't
really on the radar, was
he? And I don't know if he was necessarily expected to go into F1 this year. So it was sort of like, oh yeah, maybe in a couple of years. But, I mean, then again, kind of Kimi was a bit obvious. Oh gosh.
It's been a long day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But yeah, no, Isaac's doing well. And I think one of my highlights was, the double podium. McLaren podium.
Double McLaren podium. Don't know if I'd call it a highlight, but the little incident between Max and George.
It gave the race a bit of space. Yeah, that was interesting. Speaking of, oh my gosh, that was such a big talking point, that crash.
Oh, yeah.
It's in a way controversial. Oh my god, I can't stop yawning. Sorry.
Me yawn.
But yeah, no, it was so controversial. Why is it? Oh my gosh, I'm so out of it. Oh, focus. Yeah, it was so controversial because it was so hard to figure out, particularly with George and Max, who was ahead. Charles, that was even harder because, they were both moving towards the racing line, and by the point they clashed, Charles was ahead, so it's sort of like, what's what?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think the fact that he was ahead and ahead by enough that he was obviously well and like he wasn't just ahead and out of Max's eye line. He was well and truly ahead.
Yeah, but I think that's why it was so hard to pick and why probably the stewards didn't do. I don't think, can't remember if the stewards did anything, but I don't think they did.
I think so.
In that it wasn't anything enough to cause each other harm.
Yeah.
So it was really just. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This is so bad today.
That one's your fault.
But yeah, no. So like, they were both moving towards the racing line. I think there wasn't really much to do. But in regards to George and Max, again, controversial because you had one person who tried to make the move and it didn't quite stick, but I don't know if I would call it forcing another driver off the track.
Yeah, I think the way they've talked about it, it was more the fact that because George picked up that bit of dirty air from Charles's car, he wasn't 100% in control of his car.
Yeah, and all the and different tire specs and whatnot. But yeah, and I think the biggest thing I think as well is when the stewards came out afterwards saying that they weren't going to do anything regarding that first incident with George and Max. That's really where everything went wrong because to Red Bull's belief, they were like, oh well, the steward's going to call that and they're probably going to say Max needs to give the position back. Better just to give it back.
Yeah, especially because there weren't enough laps left really to fully inspect it. So yeah.
Man, and then in doing so, they've, I think it is crazy to say, or it feels crazy to say that Max was right in that instance, in that he really didn't need to get the position back.
Yeah.
There was no need. But then because Red Bull pushed it, they made Max slightly angry from the looks of things. He seemed to already be frustrated with the tyre choice. Adrenaline. Yep. And like all emotions are just probably a little bit haywire whilst you're racing. And so, like you've got a million things running through your head, and then you've got one bad tyre choice, one bad strategy, and then now your team's telling you to give a position back when you fully believe that you don't need to, and in this case probably didn't need to. So, there's that side, but I also think it was quite... Oh my god!
It was definitely his actions afterwards, when George did get back in front
and rammed into him,
and Max rammed into him.
That was very. It's just it shouldn't.
It's poor sportsmanship, is what it is.
Yeah, definitely, and I think the the act of saying, "Hey, I'm gonna," it's like, oh, hey, I've got a chocolate for you. Here you go. No thanks. Actually, it's mine. I've changed my mind, and it wasn't. Like, playing the whole DRS game with it, that's understandable. But actually forcing George off, like, proper forcing George off the track, that's what's unacceptable, which has gotten him the 10-second penalty.
And points.
And license points deducted.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's only down to 1 before he gets a race ban, but that shouldn't... I don't think that's going to last for much longer, because I think he's going to get a couple more.
Yeah, get some points back. I think it's July.
Or
is it the end of June?
I can't remember.
I think he's only in danger, from what I read, he's only in danger for Canada and Austria.
So there's that, and then, like, obviously I think it's for such a dangerous move like that, which really could have ended in, you know, the two cars colliding together, and for just such bad sportsmanship. I gotta wake up. Yeah, the bad sportsmanship and just the behaviour towards that, and I think he shouldn't have even gotten a point. I think Red Bull should have gone away from the weekend that has happened, gone away without any points. I think, or you know, like
a disqualification or something from the race.
I don't think disqualification. I think if Max, they probably would have. I think he probably would have come through to Max for at least the lap before, so he probably would have worked up just a couple more seconds. But if he was a few seconds behind, then he wouldn't have come away with the point. I think it just the feeling of still getting a point, still in a way rewards the behaviour, which is what we don't want to see. We want this to be a safe sport. But yeah, no, it was a little bit of a sad weekend. Well, it's not sad, but sad in the fact that Alex and Kimi both DNF'd. Very sorry for Kimi in that. Just another engine failure. It does make you wonder though how the other Mercedes power units will travel, if it's just in the Mercedes or if it's the actual manufacturing. Maybe, I don't know if you can replace power units during the season, can't you?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you can. If it's just they've put in new power units and those ones are faulty, does that mean that all the ones on that production line are all faulty? So you know, all the other people who you know, is it that sort of circumstance? Is it just,
or is it a Mercedes team specific?
Yeah, is it that, or is it who knows? Yeah, I'm trying to think as well. Like just it was, and you know, for Alex as well. I kind of honestly, I think he crash with Lawson or had bumped wheels with Lawson and then
I don't. There was a
wing damage.
lot. Lawson was.
I think
Lawson was driving by Braille, I think, on the weekend. Yeah, he was touching up everyone.
But yeah, so sad to see Alex unable to perform to the level he has been. Same with Carlos as well.
Yeah.
And particularly at Carlos's home Grand Prix. Good to see that Fernando has finally got some.
He's gotten some form.
He got 2 points. His points doubled after Max's.
That's right.
Time penalty. He got from 1 point to 2 points for the first points of the season for him. And then leading from Fernando Alonso into Aston Martin to Stroll.
Yeah.
Stroll not taking part.
No Strollovich.
Yes. Which was quite interesting. I actually still need to read up on the rules around.
I did see something about that. So
Is it
because he did qualifying,
you
couldn't replace the driver. So if he'd actually taken a step out after FP3 and another driver had stepped in to do qualifying, that driver would have been able to race.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yes.
But also, supposedly, they were saying, like, right after the Spanish Grand Prix that Lance was not going to take part in the Canadian Grand Prix, but now they're saying he is. I feel like, he's coming out of his surgery like a week ago. I feel like 2 weeks is too soon, particularly for a wrist and hand injury.
Yeah.
Where,
you know,
like, like Carlos having his appendix out last year is slightly different because there are more precautions he could take, because it was really just the G forces that were affecting that and the core. But
you kind of
you
need
your hands for driving. Like, they've just gone and done surgery, and you're going to be turning with forces pulling the car one way when you're trying to fight the other way. And yeah, they probably have a bit of power steering in the cars, but still,
the speeds that they're travelling at.
Anywho's, we are now onto the Canadian Grand Prix.
Oh, Canada. Sorry.
Yes, it should be.
Yes.
I'm going to say, not my most favouriteest of races to watch, nor play, but besides the point.
Last year was interesting, but that's because of the weather.
Yes. I think that was probably... Was it last year? No, it was last year, wasn't it? Yeah. Where Alex did that amazing overtake.
Yes.
I still can't get over that overtake. It was so good. And it really was just...
Yeah.
I'm just going to scooch on in here and just let you guys,
thread the needle.
Yeah, and so close to the corner as well.
Yeah.
That
was amazing.
It was amazing, and like...
Best overtake of the year.
Yeah, surely. I don't remember if he actually got that award.
Overtake of the month?
No, and he got the overtake of the month. He didn't get... I don't think he got the overtake of the year.
I don't know. And I can't check because my phone's there.
I don't know where I'm going to check that. But anywho's, it's irrelevant. That was last year. This is this year. Well, it's not really irrelevant, but it's not quite relevant. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say much for Canada.
Yeah, last year they had a whole heap of kerfuffle as well, and it was weather-induced with the crowds. So hopefully...
That's all sorted.
That's all sorted. Because we don't want the same thing happening for the tourists and for the Canadians. Because that was not a good look for the organisers, and it was not a good look for security. So fingers crossed.
And for F1 as well.
And yeah.
I think as well, F1 Academy's racing here this year.
Are they?
Yeah, it got introduced, I think.
Okay. Cool.
So that's another thing that's happening on track this week and weekend. Same thing. I count my races, my weeks as no. Words. Do I speak them?
Not tonight.
Not tonight, apparently. Anywho's, yeah. So I think it was Max who won. Or was it George?
No, it was Max who won.
Max who won. Lando then George?
May have been. I think it probably was, because there was that late safety car that brought Lando in to change tyres, and he pushed really hard to come out in front of Max but didn't quite make it. Yeah,
he had the slip on the exit.
Yes.
I don't remember much about that race.
There wasn't much to remember except
there was quite a couple of crashes.
Yeah.
Bit of aquaplaning.
Lots of bad weather. I remember George going sideways at that corner that I think comes then into pit straight. But he gathered it back up.
No, I really don't remember.
Yeah. It was the rain that made that race interesting.
Yeah, every time I think of Canada, I think of Valtteri Bottas saying, "Good weather for a duck."
A duck. Yes.
And Alex's overtake is about it from what I think about that. Yeah. Should we just get into racing?
Let's.
Yes.
Or crashing. It'll probably be crashing. It'll probably be crashing. It'd definitely be crashing.
Yeah.
Hey, puppy. I know your tote's comfy, but
I'm also going to hope that I don't have the cockview view on.
end up in front?
I don't know. Ferrari. Really.
This is going to be dangerous.
Okay. Let's get around the first corner.
Oh, we're doing the question first, aren't we?
Yeah, that's what we normally do.
Oh, I thought we did.
No, we do predictions afterwards, Mother. You're losing your marbles.
Not entirely.
Yes, you've been doing it over the past couple of days.
I'm tired.
Anyway. Oh, yeah, you can't see. Sun's in a bad way. Bad place. Look at this DRS train. Corner cutting. Okay. You get to be the team principal of one team.
Yes.
Would you prefer to be a team principal for steak or what's Red Bull's junior team name again?
Become
I thought it changed. Racing Bulls.
Racing Bulls.
Yeah, steak or Racing Bulls.
Oddly enough, I'm going to go steak. Actually, it's not that odd because Helmut Marko.
Okay. Whoa. Steak or Haas.
Oh, ooh. Haas. Actually, no, steak.
Okay.
I'm going back to steak.
Steak or Aston Martin.
Steak.
Steak or Alpine.
Steak.
Steak or
Can I give my reasoning up until this point? Okay, so not Alpine, because I don't want to go anywhere near Flavio Briatore. Not Aston Martin, because I don't want to go anywhere near Lawrence Strolovich. And not Haas, because I prefer a European team over an American team. Carry on.
Steak or what are we even up to now? Williams.
Oh, steak, because then JV's still there.
Steak or Mercedes.
Steak, because then Toto's still there.
Steak or Red Bull.
Steak. Helmut Marko.
Steak or if I said Ferrari, no.
No. Steak, because I wouldn't want the Italians to hate me.
Why would they hate you?
Because I'd probably be really bad at it.
I'm sure they're used to it by now. I'm so bad at Canada.
How am I still in P1?
I don't know. Probably because you have no one to crash into.
Maybe.
Steak or McLaren?
I'm going to keep going with steak. Because if I make a mistake, it'll be fine.
Oh dear.
Yes, next.
We just did them all.
Oh, that's all? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't counting. I was concentrating. No, I'll stay with steak because, you know, it's a good team to learn on.
Okay, well, just to throw one in randomly. Okay, way too slow through there. Oh, full sticks. Steak or Cadillac?
Steak. Because Nico drives for them.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
There you go. That's
Canadian predictions.
You gonna go first, or do you want me to?
I don't know what I'm doing. You know what? No, you go first.
Oy. P3. I believe Maximilian. Do you want me to go through all?
No, I just
you're thinking.
I was zoned out for a second. I'm back now. P3 for me. I'll do. Oh, I don't. I'll do Charles. I think Ferrari deserves some. Oh
I
gosh.
deserve a bit more joy.
Yeah.
Alright. P2. I'm going to say Oscar.
Oscar.
Oscar. Oi! Speaking of Max. Cheeky bugger.
P2. I'm gonna say.
Ah! Sorry.
I'm also gonna say Oscar. P1.
Lando.
Yeah, Lando. Oh my gosh, I can't keep it on track. So bad. I'm so bad at this track. Oh, can't do the handpin.
I somehow won.
Oh, good for you.
I don't know how that happened. Especially after I rammed up Max's butt.
Who knows? Well, I went without a front wing for most of the race. Oh, yay, yay.
But yay us for actually finishing.
Oh, gosh. Well, I suppose that sums it up pretty well.
That's Canada.
Yep. There you go. Carlos will win. It's based on... That's what the TV's prediction is.
That's it. That's the TV's prediction. Actually, no. Is it going to be Carlos, or is it going to be the non-Charles Leclerc Ferrari driver?
I don't think Lewis is anywhere near
No, I don't think so either.
winning long races.
And Carlos's fluffy pancakes. I completely forgot to learn how to make them and cook them.
So we'll make them for his birthday.
When's his birthday?
September.
Yeah, okay.
It's right around Monza.
See.
I think it's like the 1st of September, I think. So remember last year, I think it was like something like... I remember thinking, oh, that's a pretty cool present. Like, if Carlos was born on Carlos Senior, like on Father's Day for Carlos Senior, that'd be a pretty good Father's Day present.
Yeah. Yes. Excellent.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
Good night.
signing off for now. Good night, good morning,
Yeah.
whatever time you're watching.
Don't have to say good night in another language because Canadian. Well, actually, no. Some of them speak French. So,
Au revoir.
bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Is au revoir bye?
That's goodbye. Bonsoir is good night.
Anyway, see ya.
Adios.